had the Switch 1. I still have the Switch 1. But I don't really use it. Other than, you know, I played Breath of the Wild, played Mario Kart.
All right. It's finally here. Nintendo sent this box over, and inside this box is our Nintendo Switch 2. It's our $449 Nintendo Switch 2. Actually, there's a bunch of stuff in this box. There is a Nintendo Switch 2 plus the Mario Kart World Bundle. That's $4.99. There's also a Switch 2 camera in here, which is $55. There's also a Switch 2 Pro controller.
Wait, if they have a camera, does that mean they're bringing back, like, imagine a new version of Wii Sports? You know what I'm saying? Or Switch Sports, whatever you want to call it. And then they have the camera for enhanced movement,
which is $85, and there's a physical copy of Mario Kart
We're probably
World,
not gonna watch all
which
of this.
would be $80 if you got one, which we'll need to play today because the digital copy doesn't work until tomorrow.
Also, speaking of Point Crow, I heard that Point Crow actually, what's it called? He just 100%ed Tears of the Kingdom. Was that true? I don't know if it was 100%. I know he did a really, really long stream that I tuned in for a little bit. I forgot the exact specifics of it. But there's a video coming out on that. That's going to be peak.
So, kind of a pricey box, but let's just jump in.
Oh, yeah. $500 new console.
With none other than
bro.
our
I missed the
Rage
days when they were like
MKBHD
200,
knife,
300.
of course. Oh, and also, by the way, you've noticed I have over here a Switch 1 and a Switch 1 OLED. Because I've gotten to compare like back and forth between seeing one and seeing the other, but I want to look at them next to each other. So let's jump in. Here's the Switch 2 Pro controller.
Doesn't look too different from the standard Pro controller. I'm sorry, I love Nintendo, but all of their controllers, including like the Joy-Cons, have just felt mid. The Joy-Cons are cool as a concept because, you know, you get 2 controllers per console, which is a fire idea. Love that, by the way. I feel like all consoles should have that so you could at least play with one other person locally. Even if it's not the most convenient and, you know, it's kind of small and the buttons, but they give you like the little strap-ons that you could put on. But I've gotten Pro controllers. I've gotten like off-brand controllers. Sure, they were off-brand, but like, bro, it's just, I don't know. Switch controller, like, bro, PlayStation, in my opinion, not sponsored, just has the best controllers, bro. The best controllers.
There it is.
World Tour, World Tour is gonna be fire. World Tour is gonna be fire. Like I'm not getting the Switch 2, but if I were to, it'd be purely for World Tour because, bro, open world Mario Kart, bro. I mean that's like its own racing game. But with Mario Kart characters, have you seen the grinds they can do?
Switch 2 camera, and of course a little bit of.
I actually have a camera, kind of. So, hold on. Hold on. I got it. Why it look like the Google camera? I have one of these just because, you know, we were setting something up, but we actually took one down because I meant to charge it and then I just kind of didn't. But it low-key kind of looked the same, like the exact same as the Google camera. So that's interesting to say the least. All right. My fault, Jeff.
Extra information. They always give us a little PDF so we know what's going on. But that's it.
Ain't nobody reading all that.
So, of course, first we should get into the console itself. That's all anyone's really here for anyway, so there you go. That's the box you're going to see in stores and Best Buy and everything.
Small box. But, I mean, concise
there they
packaging.
are, right on top, the big new Joy.
I don't know if I still have my box. Do I still have my box? Hold on. One sec, guys. One sec. I know we're pausing a lot. It's in my closet somewhere underneath. Like I have a box where I have a bunch of like my old consoles and whatnot, but there's a bunch of stuff covering it. I was like, I'm not digging that out just to show you guys. But I got the Fortnite bundle back when I originally got my Switch. I know Fortnite was bad on the Switch. Don't get me wrong. It's what my parents got me. You know, I told them I wanted the Legend of Zelda, but no, it was all cool. I actually loved the Switch when it first came out. Brought it to school all the time. Was playing Smash, playing Legend of Zelda. Overall peak.
Cons.
But you know, once you go PC.
And then, of course, the console itself.
Yo, those Joy-Cons?
Right.
Oh yeah. They
every time I see it. Nice big
they did
7.9
something.
inch screen.
Sorry, it's not myself. My brain like
Pretty sleek. There you go.
better stand. Thank God. That was something that sucked with the Switch, bro. Having the original stand, like half a thing, bro. It gets nudged a little bit, falls to all
USB-C
ether,
port
bro.
on top. Got those pins on the side. We'll talk more about those in a
I'm a little concerned
second.
about those pins.
But yeah, that's the console right
If
there.
they're magnetic,
but what else comes in this box here? HDMI cable, nice.
That was something that was happening.
And then
on
of course
my
your
Switch,
two attachments for the Joy-Cons. And the wrist straps, and that's it for here.
They got
this
covered
is
wrist straps?
a wall plug.
Wait, that's cool.
Single USB-C port on that. USB Type-C cable. So that's your charger
that's a big
right here.
Plug.
Here's your
But I mean, the original Switch
little
had that
hub
as well.
to attach both Joy-Cons.
W's.
Last but not least, the dock with the fans in it that does 4K out to the TV with this new shape.
Dock, yeah, I was about to
First
say,
thing
the
I
dock
wanna
look
do
a
is
little
just attach
different.
the
It's not a
Joy-Cons.
square
That's the
anymore.
thing
It's
that I
like a
miss.
little curve.
When I
like
first
that.
got to see those magnetic Joy-Cons,
I see it. Oh,
it's so satisfying.
Yeah,
There's
that's
a little mechanism
crispy.
here that pops the Joy-Con off of the Switch.
I like that. I like
It
that.
attaches super well, but if you just press it a little, it detaches just like that.
Okay, but
And
we
you
got
just
it. We got to give it some time. See about the wear and tear, because that's something that happened with the original Joy-Cons. After a while, they kind of
pull.
went all over.
So that's nice. I kind of wonder how durable these pins are, if they're going to break. I've been told they have a little bit of give on purpose so that if you do knock up against it or drop it or something, it won't instantly break.
Okay.
Now these here are the little bumpers
Dude,
because you might
I don't know. That's what kind of sucks about it, because like imagine you break a single pin accidentally, not like the whole thing and whatnot. For who knows what reason it drops, a single pin shatters. It's not just a controller that you replace anymore. It's the whole Switch. Unless you have like a Pro controller, but then even then now your Switch is like without a Joy-Con, and it's just like I had to like
actually end up using these a little bit more often. At least if the games support the new feature where the Joy-Cons can be used as a mouse. These little things, they're also made of plastic. A little bit of give to them, but they're still pretty sturdy. And they attach to the Joy-Cons themselves. So, if I throw this bumper on here, just like that. Hooks on the bottom. And there you go. So there's your Joy-Cons as mice, and also with the bumpers on if you wanted to
that's cool.
handhold
you
your
have
controller.
Kind of lay it down.
Everybody's used to this experience. But I have some other unboxings to get to, so I'm going to do these too. Let's do the camera first. So some of you may remember Nintendo's Connect event where they showed this new camera. Basically, while you're doing gameplay, you hit this new C button, and it opens this share menu, and it's supposed to be this much more social console
so
where
it's
you
like
can
Discord.
share your gameplay with other people at the same time, or even share a video feed of your face.
I'm just saying, consoles are getting closer and closer to PC. Like I'm telling y'all, chat. I got this big old box that you guys are sitting on right now. 2 monitors. It's doing everything the Switch does and more, bro. I'm just saying.
Overlaid over your gameplay to someone else who is playing at the same time. Could be cool. I don't
even
know
know more.
You
You know,
might
it's
be
like
able to
double the
live
price of the
stream
Switch,
that
but
feed. I'm not exactly sure if you want
I
to do that,
haven't
but
really had to upgrade
this
too much.
is that tiny little
Like
camera.
1 or 2 pieces, and it's been
And
like, what, 5, 6
yeah,
years?
it's just as tiny and cute as I remember. And then another USB Type-C cable for that. There's this little bezel around the front that lets you manually, physically open and close it.
Oh, no, wait, that's cool. Oh, you got it.
That's nice. So we got our Pro controller here, which is going to be sick for some games. I don't know if I'm going to use this for Mario Kart World, but here is your $85 Pro controller.
Moon Knight, where'd you go?
USB Type-C cable to USB Type-A on the other end. Oh, it's kind of heavy. It's got some weight to it.
Okay,
that I didn't
wait,
actually
hold on.
expect.
They might be cooking
Everything
with
else
this
is
one, chat. It
obviously
might be
mostly
cooking.
plastic, and so is this controller, but it does have this like central weight where I'm sure battery and haptics all are. So, okay. Switch 2. I'm going to put these Joy-Cons back on and fire it up for the first time.
Ooh.
That's so much faster than before. Also, the dock here is nice because you can just, ideally, pop it in. There's a little bit of wiggle, a little bit of give. It's not too bad. This is the Switch 1 dock, which didn't really have any give at all. So I'm a little surprised to see so much wiggle. I think it's about time to start playing some games. Power button.
Why is that what she said? Never mind. Don't listen to me, chat. Don't listen to me. It's got its own little
Speakers are bigger. It's
music.
English, yes. The Americas, yes. Accept the agreement, yes. Okay, about to download update data. I heard about this day one update. You can continue setting it up while the update downloads. Sure.
That's good.
What time zone am I in? Okay. New LA York.
Mexico.
The last thing I want to do is just get a look at this physical game because the cartridge slot is still at the top. Where's my ridge knife? So if I were to, in the future, maybe not get the bundle at launch, but get the physical Mario Kart World game, this is what one of those nice cartridges is going to look like.
Don't eat them.
Right.
Don't eat them. I don't know why people were doing that, but don't eat them.
So much plastic. This is a massive package for this tiny little cartridge right here. Yeah. But this is the game. Those are your pins.
Not even centered or at the top. It's just at the bottom. Oh well.
There we go. MKBHD is logged in. Very nice.
Oh, that's cool. Did it transfer already?
More users can be added if the system will be used by other people. Good to know. To Parrots and Guardians, set up your controls. Psych. Don't have any cards to add, but I would if I did. And then to set up the complete. Hit home. Great.
Oh,
First look at the home screen on the Switch too. So I could obviously jump in and download an app or game right now, but I think the move is straight to Mario Kart World. Nice. Software update's available. It'll download now, but I'd like to start the software, please. It's me. Sorry, I should say, it's a me. This new bigger screen. 7.9-inch display looks way better. 120 hertz looks so much better.
Does
Turn
it
the
just
speakers
take
down.
you straight into the game with a sync?
Okay, sorry, I'm getting carried away. What I should be doing
I just started
is
playing the
comparing
game
it to the other Switches.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do that real quick, just because we actually have them all side by side. So this is the Switch 1. This is my Switch 1. It's also a colorware Switch 1, so that's why it looks a little different. It's got the paint all over the Joy-Cons and the back.
Hold on, I gotta timestamp this real quick. I gotta timestamp. Switch. Yeah. I bet.
And it looks super sweet, but this is the old kickstand, and this is the old Switch 1 size. This is the new Switch.
Dude, that kickstand.
The new Switch kickstand, and the new Switch size. The
I love
thickness
his,
is roughly the same, but
white on there?
obviously much bigger screen, much better looking screen, higher refresh rate, more storage, the whole deal. Obvious upgrade. But this is David's Switch OLED, which they did upgrade some other things on. Obviously it's an OLED display, but it also has this full width kickstand. See, this is the difference that we're talking about. This is the Switch OLED on the bottom, Switch 2 on the top. And this has happened so many times in like even the smartphone world and the tablet world, where we say, oh, you know, we're nerds, we're really pixel peeping, we really want to see a higher fidelity, better looking display. But at the end of the day, most people just want a bigger screen, and that's what the Switch 2 is delivering. We also fully expect, if we're being reasonable, there's probably going to be a Switch 2 OLED at some point in the next like 2 years or something. So I wouldn't be shocked when that shows up, and that's even more expensive, but that's a bigger OLED display that's also 120 hertz and looks amazing. And they might even do some other things that upgrade the console. Like, they weren't afraid of a new kickstand design and some other things for Switch OLED.
Which is peak,
but,
bro, which is peak.
Yeah. Oh, God.
I wonder if they'll change anything with the OLED. I don't know, I like that design. Yeah. So there's still standard Mario Kart aspects to it.
That is fun. Yeah, these Joy-Cons are so much better than the old ones. Here, I'll just show you. Since we have them, we can actually do a direct comparison. You have to pull the little pin in, slot it up like that.
I like that feature, but
first of all,
always get stuck.
It's larger, which does make a difference. It's a little more ergonomic. But then also every single button is bigger. The joystick is bigger. I saw that there was a pre-installed screen protector on the Switch, and it's true. I can see it. I'm gonna get a macro shot of it so you can see what I'm seeing.
Oh, I see.
But they say don't remove it. And
Okay.
now that I've seen the instructions, okay, I won't. But if you want to install one on top of it, that's cool too. Like Dbrand has a Prism screen protector you can install on top of this one,
as well.
and that will hold it and protect whatever's underneath. Now, one of the big Switch 2 talking points, which I mentioned in that last video, was that game that essentially acts as a tutorial to learn about your Switch doesn't come with it. It's not free, and it's not here. But there are some built-in tutorial things, like how to use mouse controls.
Oh, that's
If
cool.
I pop one of these
Wait, so
off,
it's actually a control.
select
Wait,
next
oh
and
wait,
follow the
I didn't know it
on-screen
was a
guides,
sensor. I thought
put
it was
the bumper
like.
on. Oh, there it is. Shows up immediately. So I don't know if you can see that, but I am using this as a controller, and then I'm also able to scroll inside windows, which is kind of nice. And then of course I can select using that top
Cinema.
button. So it
Absolute
works
cinema.
pretty well. I think there's gonna be a couple of games that do immediately support this out the box, but it's probably not something a lot of them are expecting to use. Like I did that wheelchair soccer game when I was doing the demo when I first tried to switch to, and it worked pretty well. But yeah, we'll see what other games end up using that. So for those wondering what the rest of the home screen stuff looks like, because this is also something we haven't seen yet, looks pretty familiar. You've got your picture up at the top because that's your account, and I'm sure I'll blur my friend code so nobody spams me. But then of course your games, and then underneath, game chat's in there, settings are in here. I can go to, let's see, can I change my display refresh rate? TV resolution is automatic, but up to 4K, which is great. So it doesn't look like I can decide to go down to 60 hertz. This is for just TV. Yeah, I feel like these new Joy-Cons are almost as much of an upgrade as the new screen. Just having these huge new buttons, the whole Joy-Con being bigger, ergonomically it's better, the haptics are better. I should probably drop the sound a little bit, but yeah, it is much better to game on an individual Joy-Con with the new ones. So if you're thinking about Switch 2, oh, is that really that much of an upgrade? Is it that different to game on it? It's gonna feel different because of the Joy-Cons just as much as the screen. So here's all three Switches all lined up next to each other. Switch
I love
1,
how I said I probably wasn't gonna watch the whole thing, and I got captivated by the whole thing.
OG, Switch OLED, new kickstand, OLED screen, Switch 2. Obviously the biggest difference is just that it's bigger. I mean, this is my first impression. The bigger Joy-Cons make such a big difference, so most people are going to enjoy bigger Joy-Cons and bigger screen. We also are expecting an OLED version later. I'm going to get to much more detail in the full review, but also if you're considering getting a Switch 2, you're probably also thinking about getting a case, in which case you should consider the Kill Switch by channel sponsor Dbrand. Okay, so this is the Kill Switch case. Also, it looks like Dbrand left a note which says, we know there's a lot of features, but they're all pretty important. Think you can try to fit them in the end roll? I'll try. So this is the case. It's got this super rigid travel cover, crush proof. You can just toss this thing around, it's great. But then with this little bungee, which is kind of sick, you take the cover off. That's cool. And inside you'll notice there are 10 slots, magnetic.
Bro, you flexing Switch games, bro. Yeah, peep the Switch game,
holders for your games. So take the games with you. But then even once you got the cover off, it's still protected and you have full access to the kickstand, which is sick. Really? You can still fully remove the Joy-Cons, unlike a lot of other cases. And the Joy-Cons have this ergonomic back on them as well, which is kind of killer. So now the Joy-Con's bigger and more comfortable to hold, kind of like a real mouse in the hand. You can still put the bumpers on and use it as a mouse. That's nice. So then for docking, Dbrand includes a dock adapter with every kill switch. Pops in like that. So all you got to do is place your kill switch on the front tray, and they're connected, and now they're docked, full 4K 60 pass-through, and the dock fan still cools the dock normally. And I haven't even touched on the durability, the build quality, the materials. This thing is a tank, so yeah, if you're going to travel with your Switch, highly recommended. And if you want to grab one for $35 off, I'll have a link down below in the description. That's it. Thanks for watching this first impressions. Let me know what you want to see in the full review, what games I should play first of all, which experiences
Tears of the Kingdom, even though Breath of the Wild was better. I know I haven't finished it. I love the crafting aspect of it. I just couldn't finish it. I don't know. I was saving it for a rainy day, and whenever a rainy day came, I just played games on my PC. So I don't know. Maybe at some point in the future when I'm traveling, I'll be able to do that. I still have it downloaded, so that's just when that happens. But yeah, Mario Kart New World, I think that's what it's called. What other Switch 2 games are there? I actually don't know. I mean, those are my main two. I just Mario and Zelda nerd. So I don't know. I think they're remaking Wind Waker. I could be wrong about that. That'd be fun. Cool to see. I wish they'd have Twilight Princess on there. What else? What else, chat? What else? I mean, that's all I can think of right now.
Use game share with, using the camera with, using the Pro Controller with, because I want to be pretty.
The wheelchair game. The wheelchair game. Yeah, the wheelchair game. Maybe the basketball game. Showcasing the camera and the overlay, like the Discord feature. That'd be pretty cool. What else is there? What else is there? I mean, that's kind of it. Maybe Smash? But I mean, Smash is old.
But this is a first look at the newest console from Nintendo. Thanks for watching. Get subscribed.
Mario
See that
Party?
stuff.
That'd be cool.
Catch you in the next one. Peace.
Oh, hell yeah. That was fire. That was fire. W video.